Hello and welcome to the Latah Valley Fiber Co. podcast. Hello, if you're new here, my name is Tiffany. If you're coming back, I'm glad you're here. I have a few things to show you today. It is June 20th, which is the first day of summer. So I'm going to show you my finished object and then quickly take it off because I'm quite toasty. A few admin details. You can find me on Instagram at Latah Valley Fiber Co. You can follow my shop online at latahvalleyfiberco.etsy.com. And if you want to direct message me, you can do that through my email, lvfiberco@gmail.com. I'll have it all listed right here for you. So let's jump into a few finished objects and then we'll go from there. So today is June 20th. It's the first day of summer. And my first finished object for the day, for this week anyway, is the Ginny cardigan. And I'm going to show it to you and then take it off because I'm really warm. This I knit with my own hand-dyed yarn, Latah Valley Fiber Co. in the pitch colorway. And this is not completely done. I have blocking to do as well as weaving in ends. So what can I say about this? I'm really excited to have this done. It is warm. As you can tell, my face is probably turning red already. And it's very comfortable, very cozy, very squishy and soft too. So I like that. But I can already tell that it's going to keep me pretty warm. Just the few times that I've had it on my lap in the cooler mornings when I'm knitting on it, it warmed my lap up. So I think this is going to be amazing. Let's see, a few things I had done differently on this cardigan, which is, I started this in March on the 20th, and I finished it just shy of June 20th, so a couple months there. I finished it decreasing around the arms a little bit different than what the pattern said. I did go down to the needle size from a 4mm to a 3.75mm, and then I decreased 10 stitches before doing this ribbing. Now, I need to block it. I'm hoping that some of the arm will kind of block out a little bit. I love the ribbed patterning here. It's just really cozy and comfortable. So you can either have your full hand covered or roll these back, which actually I really like. I think I might do that with a couple other sweaters and cardigans in the future. Let's see. Oh, I did decide not to do the belt, and that is because I didn't want to open another skein of yarn. I was able to finish the sweater or the cardigan with 5 skeins of yarn, but to do the belt I would need to open another skein. So I decided not to do that. We'll see if I change my mind. I can always pull one of the skeins out of the shop. Yeah, so I decided not to do the belt, and here we are. Oh, actually, I've settled in. I went from hot to now I'm comfortable. Okay, so I'm going to leave it on. Let's move on to my second finished object of the week, and that is the 11th pair of my 24 pairs of socks for my husband's Christmas advent. So I started these on June 6th. I did the pattern out of the Sock Project book by Summer Lee Designs. And this is my second pair of the Happy Scrappy socks from her. I used a circular needle set that I have. It's the Chow Goo. I highly recommend those if you're on the fence. They're excellent. In fact, I kind of like them a little bit better than DPNs now. And I used to do everything on DPNs. Although my current whip is on DPNs. So, okay, I cast on the cuff, 72 stitches, and then I did an afterthought heel. And here they are. Ooh, aren't those bright? Wow, look at that. So the new technique I learned was this afterthought heel. You start up here, and I actually left it at 72 stitches. Normally I decrease at the cuff once I've done the cuff to 68 stitches. So I'm hoping that's not too much of a problem for John. And then I just knit a tube I was wanting to use up this pink color because I had a lot of that scrap. So I was able to do that. I used up most of it, which is great. I used up all of this scrap, and these two I still have a little bit left, but they'll go into another pair of scrappy socks at some point. So then I decreased for the toe, and then I went back and measured along to 2.5 inches shy of my husband's overall foot length. And then you put 2 needles on either side of a row, and then you clip one of the middle and tink back some yarn to the edge here, and then you add in this color, which I ran out of, so I had to put in a little bit of this pink. And you can see that they're kind of different sizes. They are kind of different sizes of pink because I ran out of this color on this one. So, also, I think I might have calculated incorrectly because as I was blocking these, the heel went way past the curve of the sock blockers I normally use for my husband. So I'm really hoping it works out. It was a nice heel and construction, but I just think that I may have gotten that calculation wrong. Otherwise, there you go. Second finished object. And yeah, I think they turned out really well. They were fun to knit. I had gobs of ends to weave in again. And Summer Lee does have a tutorial in her book on how to weave in ends as you go. Sorry for that clinking there. And I tried that, but I just felt like I couldn't quite get it down for some reason. It was really fiddly. So I opted to not do that this time as well. Okay, that's it for finished objects. Let's move on to works in progress. And you can probably guess it's another pair of socks. So this is sock 12. I'm halfway there. I'm so excited. So I cast these on as soon as I cast off and weaved in all those ends. Oh, I should probably show you that I did weave in the ends just in case you're, So these are truly finished. So the ends are on this side. And the other thing about that is when you're knotting and stuff, I'm pretty sure my husband's going to be able to feel those knots. So hopefully that doesn't bug him too much. I can see that as being a downside to having a lot of ends to weave in, is that you've got those knots there, which I think is part of why she does that tutorial on how to do, because she has you weave through like 7 stitches so you don't actually have any knots. So maybe next year, when I'm not in such a big rush to get these socks done every month, I'll take some time to actually learn how to do that. Okay, so this next pair is also by Summerlee Design. It's her basic sock number 1 pattern, and I'm using some leftover yarn, and it's called Easy on Me, plus a scrap of I think it's Malabrigo Ultimate Sock, but I don't have the tag anymore. So I cast on 72 stitches for the cuff, and then I immediately decreased those 4 stitches to 68 to go around on the leg of the sock. I am doing these on DPNs, and I have the cuff done and part of the leg. So these are kind of pretty. I really like the pink and purple and grays and blues that are all in this. This was a fun skein to dye. These are, losing my needle here. This is what I have left. Should be plenty to do 2 socks, because I am going to put that contrast color in probably for the toe, and then a little bit of color at the, in fact, I think I'm almost there. I was going to add a couple stripes of that burnt orange color. So her basic socks are, I think they're somewhat short, considered shorty socks, maybe. And so that will be helpful too, to help me get through these, because I cast these on yesterday and June is almost over, so I need to be able to get these done relatively quickly. I don't have any bigger project like the cardigan that I'm working on, so I could potentially get through the rest of the socks pretty fast, but I always think I can do more than I actually can do. So I should quit saying I can get it all done. I was going to cast on 2 at a time in DPNs, but I think I'm just going to do 1 at a time. That way I'll feel like I'm actually getting through them faster. Maybe, I don't know. This yarn is really soft. I really enjoy working, not only knitting with this yarn, but dyeing with it as well. It's a beautiful 80/20. So I do have some in my shop if you're interested in that. Oh, and I'm keeping this in my little project bag that I made up last month. These are perfect for socks. I have not only the current yarn I'm working on, but all my little scraps that I used in this sock in here. So it's actually a pretty good size little bag. So, and it's easy to throw into your purse or your other bag to carry along with you. And if you're a walker and a knitter, which I would like to learn how to do that, I've just gotten down within the last year knitting without looking at my work constantly. So that's a new thing I've learned. It would be fun to walk and knit at the same time. Then I could get a little exercise in as well. So these are also in my shop. I have several different designs for spring. If you want to check those out, I'm selling them for $25. If you're interested, check that out. I'll have a link down below. We have a very busy summer planned this year. Our son is 10, turning 11 in August. And so we have picked up the pace with activities, of course, as you do when you have young children. I've also added to my plate some fiber prepping for spinning. So this couple months, no, not even a couple months, the end of May was the last day of school that Hudson had. And he goes 1 day a week to an enrichment program. Well, his teacher there has 2 sheep. One is a hair sheep. Her name is Molly, I think. And then she has a Suffolk, which is Mumford. And I'm currently processing Mumford. And I've never knit or worked with Suffolk fleece. So it's new to me, and I thought I would show you a little bit of what I'm working on. First thing I did was, it came to me raw. She just sheared him, and I don't know if there are some definite second cut looking pieces. Quite a bit of it is a big chunk, so it seems to be working up fine. I washed it multiple times and then laid it out to dry, and I've started the process of working with it and getting it all prepped for spinning. So what I do, this is what I have so far. And this is just a little bit of the fleece. There's tons to work on. So what I'm going to do first is I'm picking it with these combs that my husband made on his 3D printer. And then he added some very dangerous, I've jabbed these into my leg a couple of times. These are nails. So really high tech, but actually it works really great. So I take some of the washed fleece. There's a lot of vegetable matter and other matter in it still, so you have to pick that out as you go. This helps because I'm going to show you a little bit. So Suffolk, I think it's a pretty short staple. I pulled this off and kind of worked it just in my hands. It seems like it's going to be nice, but I don't know if you can see, there's kind of a halo effect to it, which is interesting. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's pretty crimpy, but it seems, when I twist it, it seems pretty tough. It's very springy, which will be great for knitting with. Should be easy on the hands. So what I do is I take a chunk of just out of the bin of dirty, and I hold it like this, and I pull it on like that. Okay. And you can tell there's still some VM in there. So if it doesn't fall out, I just pull it out and drop it on the ground. I've been doing this outside. It's really slow going doing it this way. But before I put it on my carder, I wanted to get as much vegetable matter out as I could. I was trying to figure out what the staple length was. It's like an inch, if that. And there's a lot of these short pieces which are not good for spinning, but I could make a, what are they called? You throw them, a dryer ball. I could do that, make some dryer balls out of them and sell them. So this is what I do. I get a fair amount stacked on there. I don't go all the way to the top, but I get pretty close. And then you go down, and as you pull, oh yeah, see, there's lots of vegetable matter collecting on my table here. So it's a way to clean up the fiber a little bit, and then I'll put it into my carder and make a lovely bat. So this part, I would get rid of this in one fashion or another. I also use the leftover that still has a lot of, well, it doesn't have a whole lot of VM, but it has a lot of short second cuts in them. I will actually, I'll knit up a stuffy and stuff them with wool. So it's a great use. None of it goes to waste, that's for sure. So then I just go through again, and if there's a big chunk, I just pull it out of the vegetable matter, a big chunk of the vegetable matter. I just pull it out and keep going. Yeah, these are pretty deadly, so if you have a pair of these, you know to be careful. Okay, so then there's this little bit left, and I just put it off to the side. And then I generally go 3 times through, but as you can see, that's not a very long staple length. So I'm interested to see how it'll spin up. It's really fluffy though. I like it a lot. It's got lanolin in it still. Some of it came out in the wash, but not a whole lot. It's very crimpy. So there you go. That's what I've been doing. And it's his whole fleece that I'm working on. So I've got a big, I have a big bin, and I just sit outside, I pull some up, stick it on here, do just like what I showed you. And then when I have a little ball of it that I've gone through a few times, I stick it in this box. And once I have a box full or have completed his fleece, I'll put it through my carder and show you all that process. So that's it for the fleece process that I have so far. I'm going to keep working on that. It may take all summer to get through the two fleeces, Molly and Mumford's. And Molly's is a hair sheep, which I've never spun hair sheep wool before. It's not wool, it's hair. I've never spun their hair before, so that'll be exciting. Now that this fleece is done washing and drying, I'll get started on Molly's fleece, because it does actually take a while to dry completely, which is, you know, normal, but it takes a little bit longer than I thought it would. So okay, that's all I have for you this week. I hope you all are doing well, and summer's officially here, so I hope you're swimming a lot and doing family things, hiking and boating and all those good things that we enjoy in the summer. Hudson is enjoying camping. We're going to go on our first trip this weekend, so we have several trips scheduled throughout the summer, and he's very excited for it. So that we are looking forward to it very much. So have a great couple of weeks, and I'll see you in a little while. Happy knitting.